have changed. Ugh. I normally try my best to pre-film things far in advance, like literally months behind. But now all of the content that I have pre-filmed ready for you is no longer relevant. All of my how to revise, all my motivational things, good looks for exams and things like that, top tips, all filmed, all taken up storage on my phone. Can't put them out anymore because the exams have been cancelled. So when this video will actually go up, I've got no idea. But currently we're in sort of lockdown, basically lockdown without saying lockdown. So what do we do when we're in isolation? Bake! In case you didn't know, my name is Sky. I'm 19 years old and I was working 2 jobs. I was a waitress, but my restaurant has closed down, so I've effectively lost my job there at the minute. And I also work in a supermarket, which is thankfully staying open. I am very fortunate, very grateful to be in that position. I have a secure job. I am classed as a key worker. However, I booked my holidays far in advance as we had to. I booked this week off and now I'm in isolation. He did very kindly say that I could move my holidays if I wanted to, obviously because there is nothing to do. However, if you can't tell by my voice, I am currently ill. I'm not actually ill, I've just lost my voice. Like, I talk too much on my till, which means I lose my voice quite frequently. However, it sounds like I'm ill, and the looks that I'd get from customers from being on till and sounding like this would just be horrendous. I think it's probably best to just take the week off, stay in isolation, stay at home, get better, and then go back to work. But yeah, not fun times at the minute. Anyway, so with the day free, with the day to myself, what shall I do? I'm gonna do some baking, so bake with me. However, I am not a fantastic cook, so I've literally just got a just add water cake mix sort of thing. It is the Betty Crocker gooey salted caramel brownie mix. I highly doubt mine are going to come out like that, but they do look pretty good. Let's get baking. What do we do in isolation? We start baking. So, the number one thing, first thing you should do when you're about to start baking, and especially in this time right now, wash our hands. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. So this is my oven, isn't it lovely? I take all of the pans out of it and then obviously turn it on. Alright, next step, mix egg, water, oil and brownie mix together with a wooden spoon until smooth and creamy. Right, need to get a bowl out then. Checking my scales are actually on grams. I don't know which oil to actually use, so I'm going to use butter instead. I need 42 grams of butter. Hoping 42 grams isn't a lot. 1 tablespoon is 26 grams, so another tablespoon. Oh, 43. 42. I don't think my scales are very accurate at all. They are very old and very cheap, but there's this much is 42 grams and it also needs to be melted, so I'm going to chuck that in the microwave. However, I don't know how long for. I wouldn't need to put a cover on it, right? Would it explode? Hopefully it'll be alright. That's been in 20 seconds. I feel like it's going to explode. Few more seconds. Perfect. It's medium egg, isn't it? Then it says I need 4 tablespoons, which I think is this spoon, and 1 teaspoon, I think is this one. I've also got a spoon which is in between these 2 sizes, and I don't know what that's technically called. I've also been watching Celebrity Bake Off recently, so this may have been the inspiration for my bake. So 4 of those. 1 of these. This is my brownie mix going in. If I can open the packet. See, normally I just do put a little bit in, stir it, put a little bit in, stir it. The instructions don't say that, so I'm just chucking it all in together. This is what I've learned from Celebrity Bake Off. Follow the instructions exactly. The butter. The instructions did very specifically say to have a wooden spoon, so I've made sure I've got that at least. So I'm going to stir all this together until it's smooth and creamy, and then mix the caramel sauce with 2 pinches of salt. I hate putting salt in things. Like whenever a cake ingredients say you add a pinch of salt, I just ignore it. I never add salt into anything. Should I do that now? Don't know. Stir this first. It does seem very wet already though. What are all these lumps in it? That looks good though, doesn't it? At what age do you grow out of wanting to lick the bowl out? Because I always thought, and I still stand by this, raw cake mixture is better than the actual cake. Like I could just eat this whole bowl right now, even though, you know, it's meant to be bad for you and stuff. I don't know if people don't like chocolate. I know that it's still got lumps in it, but I just feel like I can't get them out. And then it says, mix the caramel sauce with 2 pinches of salt in a bowl and heat in the microwave. I think I am going to add the salt actually, just to see what it's like. I mean, it says caramel sauce, but it's not actually very runny. I don't know how I'm going to get it out of the packet. I feel like a lot of that's going to waste actually. I just can't get any more in. Just gonna grease my baking tray, even though it's a non-stick baking tray, just because that's what the instructions say. This tin is not the exact measurements it wants, but I think it's the best one available. And then it says cover in baking paper. Right, I thought I'd greased the baking tray so that the baking paper would stick to it, but it doesn't entirely seem to be working. Caramel sauce looks done. So the second step is grease and line with baking paper the base of a 20cm square cake tin. So I've done the best I can with that. And then spread half the batter into the tin. Drizzle and spread out the caramel sauce on the brownie batter and cover with the rest of the brownie batter. So that's next step. I feel like that's more than half my batter gone already. Just a quick little stir. It smells disgusting, to be honest. It smells like custard and it's all lumpy now. This is really weird. I'm just gonna dot it on. I can't spread that evenly across because it would just all mix in. I really hope this is nice now and the caramel's not ruined it. Oh, I'm pretty happy with the way that looks actually. I've still got a little bit of batter left to be able to lick the bowl out. Now it just says bake for 22 to 25 minutes until sticky crumbs cling to a knife and allow to cool. 22 to 25 minutes and it is currently 10 to 1. So I'll have a look at 12 minutes past 1. I didn't know which section of the oven to put it in, so I put it on the top shelf. Oh, I've got chocolate on my tin. Yeah, I didn't know which section of the oven to put it in, so I put it on the top shelf. Maybe that means it'll get done a bit quicker, but you know, the sides are quite high, so it should be middle. Anyway, it's a learning curve. So whilst I wait for that to cook, I should probably do some washing up. I'll still lick the bowl out. Mine is orchid. I bought one for my nana and one for my grandma to cheer them up because they're both currently in isolation. I think they'll get quite lonely. Yeah, I thought they could look at their little orchid and think of me. Aww. So I need to go and drop that off on her doorstep soon. I've already given the one to my nana, but this one's for my grandma. I got them both the same, so it's fair. So hopefully it'll cheer them both up. So yeah, it's just crazy times at the minute, isn't it? I remember when I was like in year 8 and year 9 and I used to have really bad days at school. I'd come home and bake just so I could literally lick the bowl out. This is what I think about doing at school. Always makes me feel better. However, even shops are running low on like baking things now because obviously everybody's got the same idea to bake whilst they're at home. No flour in any shops, no sugar. Crazy times, crazy times. But obviously I hope everybody's staying safe. Wow, I'm really annoyed with my voice. I just can't stand it. Hopefully it'll be back to normal soon as it's been like this for about 4 days now. Well, that was perfect timing as it's now exactly 12 minutes past 1. If smell-o-vision existed, oh my day. You can smell that as soon as you come in here. I'm just going to give it 2 more minutes as it looked like it hadn't fully set on the top. That's risen quite a lot though. Oh, still got chocolate on my face. It's so harden. 2 more minutes. It's just about to turn to 20 past 1. I'm still obviously waiting for that bit on the top to just cook. I don't know if it will harden or not. But then it needs to cool before I can put any spread on it. This is the spread that I was going to be putting on it and then just decorating it with like some chocolate orange pieces or something. But you know, with brownies, sometimes less is more. We shall see. Oh, do some squats. I think this is just the best I'm going to get it. I'm not going to be able to get it any better than this. So I'm going to leave that to cool now. You can just see a bit of the caramel peeking out there. It's cooled down now, but a bit of the corner is missing as somebody's been nibbling at it. Won't say who. It looks good. I don't know how easily this is going to spread. I think I'm just going to leave it as that because I don't want to do it all over and then not liking it and it being ruined. There we go, that is the finished result. Those ones have got the crunchy spread and those are just the plain ones. They are quite thick actually. I do, however, think that I'm just going to have to taste test this one now. Still warm and gooey. Unreal. Very proud of that. Look at that caramel in there. Definitely better than the pancakes. Fully cooked, not raw, not gonna make me ill, but that was a success. And has kept me entertained for a fair few hours. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. I do think it went a little bit better than the pancake video. If you want to check that one out though, then go ahead. I hope you have a good time, you know. I hope everybody stays safe, has fun in isolation. We're all just doing our bit, aren't we? Stay safe and take care. Bye.